this is Carla and welcome back to the studio and thank you for joining me today. So as you can see, my new February paper pumpkin kit had showed up in the mail today. This is the Sweet Springtime kit. Now, what I do with my paper pumpkin videos, I open up the box, we take a look at all the contents, and then I create one of each of the projects that are in this kit. But before I open up this kit and we get started on that, I do want to bring in and let you know about the next sneak peek for our March kit. This is the Memorable Meadows kit. The subscription period began on February 11th and it'll go through March 10th. Now, with this kit, this is an anniversary kit for Paper Pumpkin, so there is a free stamp set that is included, and you can see that one right here. The images, I did get a sneak peek on this, and this image here of these flowers is a pretty big image. It's actually bigger than the size block that you would get in your first kit when you're a first-time subscriber of Paper Pumpkin. So it's a nice sized stamp set. So it's not something that's needed to complete this particular kit because there is a stamp set in there, but this one you can use it in other crafting. So for this kit, this does coordinate with the Meandering Meadows suite of products. This can be found in the online exclusives on the Stampin' Up! Website in the online store. So for this kit, it's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and it has 9 coordinating envelopes. There are pre-cut vellum pieces and wood embellishments. It, like I mentioned, it coordinates with the Meandering Meadows Suite collection, and its coordinating colors are Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, which is the classic Stampin' Spot, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, Gorgeous Grape, and Fresh Freesia. Now, I also want to make mention about what's still available. It's the Love of Spring Dies add-on. These coordinate with the January, February, and March kit. Now, you don't need these dies to complete the kit. It's just an additional add-on that you can use to create more projects. So I do have it here. And as you can see, the dies like the script love and the leaf and the daffodil, these are a nice size. And then there's also this label that has this stitching around it. So this is a current add-on. The number is 164396. And you do need to be a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get these. And this can be found in the online store under the kits and Paper Pumpkin kits. So let me move this stuff out of the way and let's go ahead and open up this box and see what we got. Okay, so when I open it up, first there's the photopolymer stamp set. There's a cute bunny. Let me see if I can get something to put under it. So there's a really cute bunny. There's some daffodils. There's a little chick. I'm trying to get this so I don't have the reflection of that light. This greeting says, "Welcome baby, springtime greetings, and happy Easter." It also comes with an early espresso Stampin' Spot, but I am going to use my full-size early espresso ink pad. And we have our colored instructions, and that's what the projects look like when they're completed. So we have a regular sized card, we have a little treat packaging, and a slimline card. And the instructions are all in color. It lets you know what pieces you have to stamp on. You have a ruler here, and then on the back It shows you a picture of all the components to the kit and what its coordinating colors are. And then there's also some alternative ideas of what you can do with the components to this kit. We also have some white dots for our embellishments, along with some glue dots and some dimensionals. Then we have some linen thread and some tearing tape. And then in the kits now, they do have a printed out image of the stamp set. So this is used for when you want to store the stamp set after you're done with the kit. And then here are all the components to it. So I kind of separated everything. So this is for the box. And then this is for the slimline card. And then we have the stuff for the full size card. And then here are the envelopes for those full size cards. And here were the envelopes for the slimline. Okay, so let me move this box and let's get started putting these together. Okay, so I have all my pieces here. So I have the coordinating envelope. I'm going to set that aside. And then I have this frame piece here. And then I have a banner. And then there's 6 die cuts of, or is it 5? There's 5 die cuts of the daffodil flower. So I'll set those aside. And then here is our printed card base. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it and burnish it. And we'll set that aside right there. And then on the banner, so I'm following these colored instructions on over on this side here. So for the banner, I'm going to stamp on here the Happy Easter, and I'm going to bring in, like I said, I'm using my full-sized Early Espresso ink pad. I'm going to ink this up. And then I'm going to stamp this right here on this long part of the banner. Okay. And that's the only stamping that we're doing on this card. So I'll set that aside. Set that aside. Now for the frame, they're showing us to put some glue dots on the frame. So I'm going to bring in my glue dots and I take your pick tool. Now on here, they are shown to put one in each corner, but I am going to actually add just a couple more along the long edge and the top and bottom in the middle there. Now, if you do this on your kit by adding more, you won't have enough to create all the projects. So you can do one or two things. You can, if you have leftover glue dots from other kits, you can use those, or you can use some of your liquid glue. Now to use the seal is a little bit wider than this frame, so it will go over the edges, so it may be a little bit messy at that point. So I'm going to remove these paper backings. They're pretty easy to come off. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my card base and bring this down just a little bit. And I'm going to center that on my card base like so. And then just press down so those glue dots are stuck there onto the card base. Then on the banner, I'm going to use dimensionals. So in the picture diagram of this, anything that has the dark spots on it, those are the glue dots. And then these white hexagon shaped pieces here, those are the dimensionals. So I'm going to bring in the dimensionals and I'm going to add 3 on to that. Remove that. And then this label is going to go right up here, like so. Okay. And then for these flowers, I'm going to add a dimensional to the back of these. One more. Okay, and then, let's see. So some of these are a little bit different. So we got a full one and then we have the side view. So we're going to take one of these, bring that down so that way you can see it. So one of them, okay, so I'm basically placing it over the one that's already there. And then this other one, let's see, this one goes down here. And then we have this one, and it goes up there. And then this one goes down in this corner. And then our last one goes right next to it. Now, there are these white dots here. And looking on here, we have, they're using 3 of the larger and 2 of the smaller. So I'm going to take one of the larger ones. Looks like they have one down here. And the smaller one, they have right down there. And then we got a larger one. See, you've got one up here. The 1, 2, and another larger one goes up here, and then another small one, excuse me, goes right there. Okay, so that is the first project, the first card from the kit. On to our second. Okay, so for my second card, I got all my components. This is the slimline card. I'm going to put aside the envelope for now. So on here, I have the image with the chicks on it. I got a banner and a wreath that has the flowers. So on my banner, I have the stamp that says Springtime Greetings. And I'm going to bring in my ink pad. Let me put this a little bit better on the block. Okay, and I'll ink this up. And I'll stamp that right in the middle there. Okay, put that aside. That's the only thing that we're stamping on this one. Okay, so then on the back of this greeting, we're putting 2 dimensionals on that. Okay, and I'll set that aside. Then on this panel here with the chicks, we're putting 5 dimensionals on this, so 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle. Okay, and we'll set that aside. And then on this wreath, I'm going to flip this over, so with the daffodils on the top and the bottom, I'm going to bring in my glue dots, and they have 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So we'll add those on there. So like I've mentioned in past videos that I've done with paper pumpkin is great for the beginner stamper. If you're interested in doing card making, these are great because they are all inclusive. You have the exclusive stamp set that after the kit's done, you can use it on future projects. And everything's here. The only thing that you may need is if you want to use something like a take your pick tool, which is, it makes it a little bit easier for the glue dots and any embellishments, and a pair of scissors, because on the side of here you do have a ruler if you needed to measure and cut twine. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Let me bring the rest of all these in. So they have you putting this panel that has the chicks on it onto the card base. So these were actually already folded and burnished in the kit. Okay, and then I'm going to center this like so. And then they have the wreath. I'm going to remove these paper backings off of the glue dots. Okay, and then this is going to go around the chicks like so. Just press that down. Okay, and then the greeting is going to go, actually, is that the way they had the greeting go? Yeah, I think I had stamped this upside down, but truthfully, it can go either way on this. So in the project, they do show it where it's in this direction, so you have this going up, but truthfully, I don't think it really matters. You can put it this way as well. And then this will sit right over those other flowers like so. Now let me bring in the embellishments. They are using 5 on this as well. So there's 3? There's 3 of the large and 3 of the small. So there is a large one here and a small one right next to it, like so. And then There's another large one up here. So we got one. So there's 2 small ones and 3 large. So 1, 2, then there's one right here, and then there's another small one right up here. Okay, so this one was pretty easy and quick to put together. So there is the second card along with its coordinating envelope. So on to our third project. Okay, so for my third project, there is actually no stamping on this one. So I have this piece here. This is for the box, and I'm going to poke out these little things here where the twine will go. Just remove those. And these last 2 over here. Okay. So then what we're going to do on here, we're going to add some tear and tape. So let's see how they have this. Okay, so with it in this direction, let's see, where's the tear and tape? Here it is. Okay, so on here they're saying that you need 18 inches of, well, actually 18 inches of the twine. And let me go ahead and I will cut that. We can get the bag open. Okay, now let's see, like I mentioned, that on the side here, you do have a ruler. And let me see, where's the end of this twine? Okay, so the ruler on here measures 18. So I'm just going to measure the 18 and bring in my scissors, and I'll cut that. And we'll set that aside and fold that back up so we can see the instructions. So with this piece with the printed side up, we're going to take our tear and tape and move it up so that way you can see. Let's see, there's the end of it. They have us putting the tear and tape on the base of this tab right here. And also I'm going to show you a little trick of what I do when I use tear and tape. Now tear and tape is easy to tear once you have placed it down. But what I like to do, so that way my edge is straight with the adhesive, I'll use the edge of this block to then tear it. So then I have a nice clean tear with the tape. Okay, and now they show us flipping this over. So flipping it over and then adding, let's see, so on here you're flipping it, oops, we forgot a spot. So on here, it's with the printed side up. They have the tear and tape on this third tab right here, which I've done. And then they have on this tab right here. I'm sorry, I keep on putting this out of the camera view. So right on the side here on this little tab. So I'm going to add some on here. And I'll use my block to tear that. Okay. And then we're going to flip it over. So now the tab is on this side here, and then they have us putting the adhesive on this piece right on this tab right here. Okay. All right, so that's all the tear and tape that we need for this. Okay, and then we're going to bring in our bone folder, and I'm going to score, well, I'm going to burnish on all of these score lines. Okay, and then go and burnish just like so. And then for our scallop top piece, I'm going to fold it this way. And I'll burnish that like so. Now on here it does have some score lines right here for, this is the part that will fold in. So I'm just going to kind of bend that a little bit. Score line. Alright, so now let me, okay, so that's the only instruction they got. So let me go ahead and remove the paper backing off of this tab here. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it over right into that adhesive. Okay, so it's looking like we're starting to make our carton. So now on this, let's see what's going to be our front, what's going to be our back. So that'll be our back right there. So I want to fold this over, and then we remove this backing here and this backing right here. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this end in first, and then this piece with the adhesive on this end, I'm going to go right over it. And then I'm going to use my bone folder, or I can use this cap end of my take your pick tool, and I'm just going to press that down so it adheres to each other. Okay, so then for our carton, I'm going to fold in. I'm going to try and fold in. Okay, there we go. Got to press in. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. So you see that all the holes all line up. So I'm going to bring in, which is going to be the back. Trying to see where that seam is, where we adhered it together. So this is the front. So I'm going to come in from the back side of my box, And let's go through the other end right here. Okay, and then we're going to tie our bow. And what I'm going to bring in my reverse locking tweezers, and this is going to be my third hand. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to kind of pull on this so it's tight, and I'm going to come in with my tweezers, and I'm just going to kind of hold that right there while I tie my bow. And pull these out. Okay, so there is the box. Can make our bow our loops on our bow a little bit bigger. Okay, like so. And then on the front, we're going to bring in this die cut with the bunny and the chick, and we're going to add 3 dimensionals to that. So we got one back here, and one up here. Okay, bring our box in, and we're going to place that right on the center like so. Okay, and then on these tails, I'm going to trim these a little bit. Like so. Okay, and then we're going to bring in these white dots. And I'm going to take your pick tool. So now on this, they're using 2 of the larger ones and 1 of the smaller ones. So we're going to take a larger one and place that right here. So you can see it. And then we have another one, see right here. And then a small one right there. Okay, so that is our third project, our nice little milk carton, and it's a nice size, so you can put quite a few treats in there. So let me move this out of the way. Let me bring in all of the projects that made with the kit. So we had this A2 sized card with the bunnies, very cute. And then we have the slimline card. Yeah, I can't even talk when the camera is rolling. I apologize. So we do have our slimline card here with the chicks and our wreath of flowers. And then we have the milk carton with our bunny and our chick. So those are the projects for the February Sweet Springtime Kit. If Paper Pumpkin looks like something that you may be interested in, like I said, it's great for the beginner, but it's also great for those who like to take some crafting with them on the go. You basically have everything. You just need maybe a bone folder, a take your pick tool, and a pair of scissors. Or, yeah, so the beginner, or if you want to take your crafting on the go. So in the description of this video, I do have some links in there, and if you want to subscribe, You can subscribe monthly, or you can do a prepaid subscription. I believe it's 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. And if you do the prepaid through the end of February, you can earn Sale-A-Bration rewards. So Sale-A-Bration, for every $50 you can choose something, and for every $100 there's some $100 offerings as well. So until next month, everyone, have a blessed one. Bye bye.